Hello. Oh, I tried to zoom and it didn't work. Oh, that's boring. God, I'm in something that isn't the world, or the create world. Or rather is the create world, but is an endless void of just with quotes. There's one single reason why I'm here, and that's I want to make something compact for create, and also make another thing I was requested to make. Not by comments though, which I guess is fine. There's a lot of stuff you can have in the top part now. Look at this. It looks so nice and clean. Ooh. I haven't actually played around with that block. That sounds nice. But, far too easily distracted. The thing I have been asked to try and make is stuff to do this block. You know, the gantry shaft and carriage. Because a server I play on, the owner apparently wanted to know how to do this. There you go, there's your tutorial on how you would do no. So they have several requests of what I could show. And I'll show yous all today in case some of yous have never used a gantry shaft. Let's say that I had a floor like this. Or even better still, give it a block that isn't, you know, hidden to the floor. Industrial iron, there we go. That actually looks really nice. If I did this, and let's say you wanted to hide your sliding floors, so that you just wanted it to move out the way when flip the button. Like, people would walk this way, have I'm just gonna quickly stylize a wall. Give me a second. So let's say your wall looked like that. And if your wall looks like this, you must have a really rich base inside of Create because, you know, you're making it out of andesite. Keep going to zoom in and I don't have a zoom mod. Actually, hold on, I have a remedy for this. That is a lot more of zoom. You're rich because of that. Sounds pretty. But if you wanted your floor to slide out of the way, so that people could walk along here, and then you could trap them in, and then simply sweep them under the rug. This is just here to make it look like I'm sweeping people under a rug, because it's funny. So if I stuck... Where's the glue? Where is the glue? Glue? Where's every child's favourite thing to sniff? There it is. Literally hovered over it. So if I had this entire floor glued, and then for testing purposes I'll use a creative mortar. Of course, if you were doing this normally you would use rotational speed controllers with a... I would say a gear shift. Or it could be wrong. Because now, I get a linked controller? Nope, redstone link. Redstone link there. Put in the simplest combination I can find. Yeah, that's how you would make a a sweepable, like, floor. Goes a bit far, like. You get the idea. Of course, if you want to go faster, you just give it more speed. So, for say, sweep you under the floor. I can do a perfect test of this using a creeper. Don't move, creeper. And that's how you would sweep someone under the rug. Now, to what I would want. Also, you can just make this design vertically as well. Can't do diagonal, but you can do vertically, and this is the horizontal. Vertically, it's just the same premise. You just glue a bunch of stuff together. Have the gantry shaft move the stuff when you've given it a redstone pulse onto your gear shift, and there you go. Same sort of thing. Back to what I wanted to do for the video. Said that twice now. I want to see if I can make a farm design that is tileable and very compact. And I think what I'll do is I'll start with the starter farm that people normally make, being like a cobblestone farm. Most because cobblestone's quite a useful block with Create. Because we all know, like, the basic cobblestone farm that you would do for Create is you would just have one of these, power it, you would just make a normal cobblestone gen. A bit like that. And then it would mine those blocks up, and then it would make another one, and it mine that, and then that. But I want to make a version of this where you don't actually need to, well, you don't actually need to worry about moving the stuff. It's tileable for a reason. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I want to make a tileable version that's large enough so that you can just keep scaling it. A few things. Might be as simple as me doing this on the verticality. With this system for like how it'll power itself. This is just for this side. How it will be tileable. Doesn't need to be too compact, this one, although it probably will be. Top of it, I think we just simply do that. And use these as the bottom braziers for this part. Lava and water. Cobblestone gen, that's what it's called. Ah. Don't worry, I'm super intelligent. Where's the stuff? There's the stuff. Could have just went flying around, but then I'd look like an idiot. Well, I'd probably look like an idiot there anyway, so I don't think it would have really mattered. I got the water, and I got the lava. Water there, lava there. Cobblestone gens there. I then grabbed this trapdoor and did this. This. Make it look nice, carry that on over. And then I could probably do it here as well. That looks terrible. So, cobblestone would be there, then it would have to be drilled out. Probably do that with that, tying it up. that, because it doesn't matter what way that moves. It matters it drills. And this system would be tileable because you could remove this part here and tile it that way. So this would be your starting one, and you would just tile the rest of the system from this line here over that way, so it would all link together in power. That's as long as this part is powering correctly, which I think it is. Facing that way, I want you facing. So that should work, because then you can power it from here. And have your belt down at the bottom here. Also power that. Now we're working with poles. Wait, no, wrong game. Because we did that, we can power that, and then you could run your power system into this part. Now will be this, and they're rotating the wrong way. Want them on this part. Grind it instead. Turns out the gravel, turns out the sand. That's moving the wrong way though, so to remedy this, we simply just replace those gearboxes with more encased chain drives. Then you stretch this out for as long as you want. There we go. Which now also means you can have your washing system down here, because I don't think after the sand's been washed, it'll like wash the clay down too much. But this is a pretty good system. Mission accomplished. We have 3 different setups. You've got the bulky way that I'm normally used to, which still has stuff that hasn't despawned yet, which is weird. Oh, but the only issue with this one is it is ejecting some of the stuff, because it is producing a little bit too much. That's the only issue with this, is it does produce a little bit too much cobble. But it is burning them, so that's fine, because these are moving too slow. This one doesn't seem to have this issue, because everything else is quite quick. Apart from this belt here, which is slower than the rest, so it can get the stuff in one at a time. And then over here, it hasn't even got a belt. It's 1 drill piece per 2 crushing wheels, which should make sure you don't get any cobble. Perfect. And how expensive would that be? Hold on. I was gonna start speaking and then music started playing. Why is it so loud? Okay. It can be loud. But I've done the maths. But yeah, this is all you need. Literally every single thing you need is here to make that. And that's once. I haven't put the trapdoor stuff here because like I say, with the wood, you can just interchange the trapdoor. And as long as you connect these pieces using just more... Essentially all you need is more vertical gearboxes, some drills, some more like cobblestone gem pieces, and more crushing wheels. The only additions you need. So if I wanted to expand this, I would just do that. I would just add 4 more crushing wheels, another drill, and another one of these, and I would start this. Don't want to break that. And then I would also expand the cobblestone gen, and I would make it go as far as I want. And I have to keep speaking louder because the music keeps getting louder. Why is it like the C418? The much older music, you can tell, because it's just so obnoxiously loud, but it's still so good. So yeah, I did what I wanted to do. Also, that's there for tests. You wouldn't use a creative motor. Whatever you're using to power this, I'd recommend getting a lot of it. If you're using large water wheels, I'd recommend doing the silo technique, and if you don't know what that is, it's essentially... I'll show you just in case. You would do it on the floor rather than on the top. And you would just do that, but rather than stacking it like that, and then telling it, oh yeah, I want more. I don't think that would work. I think because I don't know. Does it work? What? Does it actually work? Oh, that genuinely... Oh, so I've been making these bigger than they need to be. So you would just do this then. You would just stack these going up with water sources while they're like that. And then you would power it from the top part into there. That's essentially what the silo technique would be. So now that I've shown you what the technique you could use to power this more efficiently if you don't have the boiler. If you have the boiler, just link it up to its own large scale boiler that's automatic. If you know how to make them, I'll probably make a tutorial myself on how to make one that's hopefully compact. I like making these compact. It's fun. Also, before I forget, and I know I said it before sneakily, like and subscribe. Because this is the end of the video now, because I've made what I wanted. I am currently working on something you can do in vanilla, in case, you know, you don't want to make a system like this if you don't play with create mods, or can't play with mods, and it's a normal building tutorial. It's not like redstone or anything, it's just building. I still need to show off that wither machine that I have in survival, but I still need to find the world. I need to remember if I can make the redstone in 120 still. If I can, you'll see that at the same time I do the normal building tutorial, probably the same day. But I hope you enjoyed the slightly informative build tutorial of how you would make a tileable cobblestone gen that's vertical. And slightly horizontal as well. It's a compact version, but it produces God knows how many, I haven't checked. Because unlike other people, I don't check how much this produces, because these tileable versions produce as much as you put into it. So go nuts. I would just say, when you make this belt faster than I have. So you would probably want to have a gearbox there. Because you'd probably also want to do rotational speed controller, which I'm going to check if you can even fit this in here before other people go ahead and like build this stuff up. The wrench. You could fit this in. Which would mean you would need to do slightly more for your stuff, but that's fine. Because now I can crank this up to be like 64. And I say speed this up for one reason, because the more you add, the more clogged up that belt will get. If you speed up the belt, it's not going to get clogged up, which then means you can shift it off to a normal speed belt, and it'll go row by row, or if you put it into an item vault, and then have a brass funnel size limit on how much it'll drop, and then it can drop it onto a normal size belt. That can work too. Also, I'm pretty sure a motorbike just went past. By this point, I've started blocking them out. But like I said before I gave you that information you needed, this is the end of the video. You hope you have enjoyed. Like, sub, if you want to. I quite literally cannot make you. And I'll catch you in the next one, I guess. Bye-bye.